I'm bad at Minecraft. Not only do I press shift with my thumb and I'm terrible at PvP, but I'm also incredibly inefficient. I mean, take a look at my ender chest setup. I don't even have an ender chest. Is there not one in bronze? Take a look at this. This is actually embarrassing. I mean, I got stamps. I've got this. What on earth is an unenchanted diamond sword doing in there? So today, I'm going to give myself 12 hours to get good. Look at that thing on the top left-hand corner of the screen. I've done some fancy bits. And if you just give me a second, it should now be counting down. Okay, I've got 12 hours to get good. Stage 1. Ender chests. I want more ender chests than I know what to do with, but I'm not prepared to pay the extortionate prices. Oh my goodness, Grian has built an animated waterfall, and I think I might be in love. I think Grian's also responsible for this. And this might be better. Oh, I've gotten so distracted already. After briefly losing my gold farm, I am at my piglin bartering area, and there should be a bunch of obsidian in here. Okay, this is not bad. Like, as far as obsidian hauls go, this is not bad. We have enough to make a full stack of ender chests. I now just need to get a whole bunch of blaze powder. Can I get that from the shopping district? I honestly can't remember. Has the wart shop made a single sale? No. What? Hang on. No way. No way. Wait a minute. Has Grian been taking the profits? It's funny how having a timer on the screen makes you extremely aware of how long you've spent doing things. No, as far as I can tell, there are no blaze rods for sale in the shopping district, so I have a new goal, which is to get myself a bow. B-dubs, you're an absolute madman, by the way. That is outrageously beautiful. Power 5, Unbreaking 3, Infinity, and I didn't think that worked. It's been a while since I've enchanted a bow. Okay, we're sorted. Now it's time to fight a bunch of blaze. I'm actually going to wear my helmet for this one. It feels illegal to be under the nether hub like this. Oh, I brought basically no food with me. I just remembered there are a bunch of fire resistance potions over at my bartering farm. This means I'm going to be indestructible. Now, we fight. Oh, I've never been in Nether Fortress. That is mildly embarrassing. Things are not going well. I sort of forgot about the fact that there'd be wither skeletons hanging about. This piglin keeps coming up here, and it means that I can't use my sword, which has looting on it. I just had to fly away in panic. What am I up to now? I'm up to 28? Not too bad. I would have been absolutely done for if I hadn't done the fire resist potions. But I guess that's an example of me getting better. Yep, my fire resistance ran out for like 2 seconds, and I almost died immediately. All right, I am done. You know, this feels like a pretty big moment. I have got myself one full stack of ender chests. What? It is time for me to spread these things everywhere. I guess it makes sense that I have one of them in every single one of my little shops. I've got one in my little bedroom. Even Big Ron's gets an ender chest. And as counterintuitive as it sounds, the rest of my ender chests are going to go in my ender chest so that I can use them willy-nilly. Now it's time to fill my ender chest with shulker boxes. I'm always jealous of people with fully organized ender chests. That is now going to be me. So I've done a little bit of labeling and I've worked out all my categories. We've got bulk terraforming, bulk redstone, valuables, rockets, food, redstone, bulk stone, bulk wood, base bits, general useful, bulk dirt, nether exploration, mining session. Why did I not breathe through that? I will do some color coding, but XPcraft has just asked if we can meet up, and unlike normal, I now can't edit out of order because there's a big old timer on my screen. And he's asked me to meet in his hot tub, which is a peculiar request to say the least.
You're not in proper hot tub attire, sir.
What, you don't wear a suit into a hot tub? I mean, you look like you're also in a sort of a suit.
You're wearing armor, my guy.
Oh, yeah, no, I'll take that off. Then
you gotta leave the shoes on. Oh, that's gross.
What do you mean?
I decided I was going to do a Q&A. Mm-hmm. Do you like potato chips? If you do, what is your favorite type?
And I would probably say, like, chili heat wave Doritos.
What has been your favorite thing you've made in Hermitcraft as a whole?
I don't know. I'm really loving my little town. I think I really love what I've done over there. To be honest, all the stuff that I've built this season has made me extremely happy because it is such like a departure from what I normally build. So I'm going to be really frustrating and say the thing that I'm currently building.
What is your favorite dessert?
The problem is I like basically every single dessert.
Why aren't you obsessed with Etho like Joel?
Oh no, I totally am obsessed with Etho. Etho is one of the few people on the server that I actually still get nervous talking to.
Well, I appreciate you taking a moment and answering some questions.
No problem. It's been interesting for me being in something that has forced me to stand still. Like that's the most stationary I think I've ever been. And on that note, I think it's time we do some color coding. We are getting there. We just need a little bit of brown dye. I can see it on the horizon. Okay, this should do the trick. Generally, all of them are the correct colors. The only one that is a bit weird, I would say, is Rockets being pink, but we already had 2 red shulker boxes. I didn't want another one. Oh, I think I'm going to add one more, which is bulk based, which will just have a bunch of things like tough and deep slate, stuff that I generally need a lot of. Now we start filling these things. I've bought a bunch of elytra that I'm going to put in my valuables box, and now this thing is starting to look good. I think I'm just going to repair up all of these pickaxes, which means you guys are going to get deafened again, and our valuables box is now looking good, bar these 2. I have no idea where I've put all of my shulker shells, but I think I'm going to reserve that as a problem that future me can tackle. Let's continue filling our boxes. Bulk wood was pretty easy. This is just wood that I use for crafting, things like chests, pistons, all those bits and bobs. Stone was probably the easiest one so far, but cobblestone, I don't actually have that much cobblestone. This is everything. I have searched through all of my chests. I mean, is all of this stuff for sale? Or is it just to have? I've deposited an undisclosed number of diamonds into this chest. So the bulk cobblestone is filled, the bulk dirt is now filled as well. I've got myself set up with not 1, but 2 rocket boxes. Look at this. 50 stacks of rockets should at least last me like a month, maybe? But on the topic of things lasting, food. I was going to buy a bunch of golden carrots, but then I realized I have a gold farm. Like, I have a decent amount of gold, and there are at least some carrots dotted around, sort of. These are potatoes. That's embarrassing. Okay, there are at least some carrots dotted around, so if I do a little bit of harvesting, I should be able to avoid the 54 diamonds I would have to spend to get a full shulker box of golden carrots, and instead just dedicate my time. Okay, there are kind of less carrots kicking around than I expected. Oh dear. I also have a lot less gold than I expected. So now I have to spend 54 diamonds on golden carrots, which feels amazing. So after over 3 hours of work, this is what I have to show for it. And this. Oh, and this. I have a bunch more shulker boxes that I need to fill, but I think I'm going to mix things up a little bit by building myself a nether portal. Fun fact, I don't actually have a nether portal at my base. Every single time I want to go to the nether, I fly off in this direction, make my way over here, do a sort of maneuver in this area, fly straight through this door, and then go into Korean's nether portal. Which, if I add that up throughout an entire Hermitcraft season, you know, that whole process probably takes, what? I don't know, 15 seconds? I go through to the nether maybe 20 times, 30 times, maybe even 40 times per episode. That's a lot. That round trip adds 20 minutes to my recording time every single episode. It's time to get that sorted. I actually sat for about an hour thinking about where the nether portal was going to go. Don't worry, I paused my timer, and then it hit me. I should put my portal inside a storage unit. This is kind of a reference to the Minecraft movie, the scene that I'm actually in the Minecraft movie. And I gotta say, I actually built these storage units after we filmed that scene. And after I built them, I genuinely hadn't made the connection, but after I built them, I was quite scared to release the video because I thought there's a chance that someone on the production team of the Minecraft movie would see it and analyze the video and watch it and then send me an email saying I was somehow breaking an NDA. I was panicking for like a good couple of weeks, but then after a while, kind of concluded I was in the clear. At least, I hope I'm in the clear. If someone on the production team is watching this now, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie, I really, really like this setup. I think this is super cool. This is exactly how I would want my portal to be. The only weird thing is that I still pop out of Joel's portal, even though this is like perfectly lined up, by the way. Look at my absolute junkyard of a portal. I don't know what I was doing. I just kind of started placing in blocks and I was like, you know what? I think I just want to keep like the cardboard box vibe as if the storage unit has escaped into the nether. I mean, at least it's better than Scar's portal, which constantly attacks you. Anyway, we must continue our mission to get good. I have just under 8 hours to go and I still have a bunch of these shulker boxes to fill. This is the most important thing that we can do. Bulk base should be a pretty simple one because it's just a whole ton of tough and deep slate. Oh dear. I think I might have run out of tough and deep slate. Thankfully, I have a bunch in these junk chests up here. And after a little bit of fiddling around, I would say this is a pretty good setup. I still have a bunch of packed mud because the majority of the blocks I place in this area do seem to be that. Next up, mining session. This is going to be painfully expensive. Okay, 2 diamond blocks for a beacon. Not actually the worst price. Then I need to purchase a bunch of my own iron to make a beacon pyramid. And now I need to gather some coal so that I can make a ton of torches. And this is what my shulker box is currently looking like. This bottom row here is going to be dedicated entirely to tools. First time legitimately needing to use my nether portal. This is exciting, and this is incredibly loud, but I do now have a bunch of enchanted tools, so now I need to go and buy the books for them. So I need 9 mending books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There goes 27 diamonds. Then I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 efficiency books. I can actually give this mending book back, so that's 12 diamonds. Then I need 1 unbreaking book, 1 fortune book, then another 2 unbreaking books for the shovels. Absolutely killer. We are getting there. I kind of miscalculated the number of fortune books I need, so we've got 1 more left. And then hopefully I will never have to hear these guys again. Done. Okay. I am sorted. Oh, this is a good looking chest. That is a good-looking chest. Good afternoon, Big Ron. It is nice to see you today. I only have a few shulker boxes left, but I'm mildly terrified for what's coming next. This could be the most expensive pair of shulker boxes we have, but these fans aren't going to build themselves. Okay, what are we spending? What's the budget here? I mean, maybe a stack of diamonds? So we've got 14. That's 28. I mean... 56 diamonds? Is this what getting good is? Just spending? Endlessly spending? I'm almost out of diamonds. We are actually going to have to call it off. Otherwise, I'm going to be in trouble. Thankfully, I think I've got some redstone kicking around. Yeah, this was a present from Jevin, and boy, oh boy, is it well appreciated. Boom. Bulk redstone supplies sorted. Now I've got a ton of crafting to do to get to all of the other redstone supplies. Why does Scar have this much redstone? Why is the server suddenly getting really laggy? Do I have a bunch of slime? I do have a bunch of slime. That is exciting. This is looking pretty good to me so far. I just need a bunch of droppers, dispensers, note blocks, target blocks, and I think that just about covers the majority of things that I use in my regular redstone contraptions. And then I'm also going to make another shulker box dedicated to transport, which is going to be for minecart rails, water elevators, and all that sort of thing. I absolutely despise crafting dispensers. I wish there was a faster way to do this. Oh, especially because when you run out of bows, then you just craft a bunch of droppers. I mean, droppers are useful. I guess I'll put them in the box, but still, we are done with redstone supplies. Look at that. So now let's do our transport box. That's looking good. And our ender chest is actually starting to look mildly useful. But we have less than 6 hours left, and we still have so much left to do. So this is my old villager breeder that I built absolutely ages ago when I was working on my iron farm. But sadly, it seems like a lot of the villagers died in the Great Flood. Some of this flood has actually been preserved over here. Now, as you saw earlier, I spend a lot of diamonds on golden carrots, and I also have access to a decent number of automatically farmed materials, which means I shouldn't be spending lots of diamonds on golden carrots. So I think maybe it's time that we move these guys over, build up a new villager breeder, and get ourselves sorted with the tiniest, smallest, most inefficient trading hall ever. Now, I was about to fly back to gather all the resources to make myself a boat and also a piston and some redstone torches so I could move the boat along, but I have all of that stuff with me. Getting good has already got me getting good. Now, my first goal is to not kill these guys, which could be challenging. I'm also struggling a little bit I'm in... Wow. This is actually a bit more of a predicament than I was expecting it to be. Oh, of course, I could just right-click on the boat. Right. I need to just push this. Cool. Okay, we've got one of them. Things are going well. Oh, I should probably check to see where this portal actually goes. Okay. Probably not the best spot, but it's doable. Oh, and then I have to get them all the way up here. Maybe this might be a good time to transition to a minecart rail. Oh, this seems like a bit of a problem. I don't really know what's happening here. Where's my boat gone? What? Oh, there's like a bunch of villagers just wandering around here. So I guess I can just pick some up and move them over and kind of skip all those extra steps. This doesn't seem so bad. So I now have 4 villagers just chilling out over in this area. And I need to get them up into my freshly constructed portal. And from there, I then need to get them out of the storage unit and preferably somewhere over here onto this side of the mountain. Unless I build a villager breeder inside the mountain. I probably wasn't intending on doing any kind of structure to it, and I don't know if I really want to take up space in the factory. So maybe instead of going out there, we go backwards. Okay, we don't have much room to expand downwards, and please, while I'm building the water streams, do not let me mine out this floor. Oh, these are actually going to be useful for me now. Now I have another question. I have 4 villagers. And I only need 4 villagers. Does it make more sense for me to just put the villagers into the villager trading hall immediately and not have the villager breeder? I really can't see myself getting any more villagers. I'm not planning on doing a book trading hall. In theory, I should now have all of the tools I will ever need. I am literally just doing this for food. And I've only got 5 hours left. And we still have a lot of shulker boxes to fill. Sometimes being lazy is efficient. Sometimes being lazy is lazy. Working out when you're doing what is the key to being happy in life. Anyway, I thought I would get to work on our villager trading hall. And oh my goodness, as soon as I started this, I realized how little I knew. I had to pause the timer and watch like a ton of tutorials and read a bunch of wiki articles on how villager trading works, because I think the last time I built a trading hall was in season 7, right at the very start. So that is like, what, 5 years ago now? You know, villager trading is a game mechanic that I know is incredibly useful in Minecraft. I know that I should have a trading hall in every single world, but also it is a game mechanic that I just don't really enjoy interacting with. I am the sort of person, if I imagine how I like to play Minecraft, it is building childlike inventions. that would be it. So that is how I interact with the game. It is just building goofy stuff that younger me would want in his house. And anything other than that, I lose interest in quite fast. And villager trading definitely falls into that bracket, but I think I have got myself a working setup. And now I've been AFK overnight at my sugarcane farm. Don't worry, I paused my timer. That angle looked ridiculous, by the way. It's like I'm in prison. Now let's take a look at what we managed to get. This place is still absolutely lethal, so I have to be careful that I'm not going to get exploded. Oh my goodness. Here goes 3, 2, 1. Okay, that is not bad. That is a lot of food. Okay, it seems like my paper trade has increased in price. I'm going to try my best not to panic about that. The trading with those 3 has given me 54 emeralds, and that gets me 36 golden carrots. That trade will now be locked, but now it's unlocked, and I can get myself a bunch more. This is pretty perfect. I am really glad I did all of the zombie curing stuff, because this golden carrot price is incredible. Anyway, I have 2 hours and 32 minutes left, and I think I can dedicate half an hour to setting up an automatic paper sending water stream, which will take all of the paper from my industrial district and move it into here. Not 100% certain this is possible, but I think I can do it. And then that will give us 2 hours to do the remainder of the shulker boxes. Let's get to work on building this thing. So I've worked out where I'm going to. Now I'm just mining out the tunnel. I already have so many tunnels in my base. Okay, let's try that again. I've made my way down to Y50. Now I'm just gradually traversing the valley. And you have to remind me, when I AFK at my sugarcane farm now, I have to go somewhere in the middle of the valley, because otherwise I could end up with a perfectly circular piece of paper. I really don't want to break the Hermitcraft server again. I've made it. Now it's time to take a right turn. And that has done it. Yes, I am at the end. Now I do still want to have paper storage inside of the industrial district. So instead of just redirecting all of the items over there, I'm going to add a little toggle system. Of course, I left my redstone boxes over there. I'm already so used to having all of this stuff on me. There we go. Toggle complete. Now the items fly down here, go down this little chute, and then make their way along this line. Now we go up. Things are coming together. This thing is almost Done. So any sugarcane that is farmed over there will be converted into paper and then sent along that water stream and end up in these chests. I'm not gonna lie, I built that a lot faster than I expected. I will be decorating this little room in the next little episode, but for now, shulker boxes. Shulker box number 1. General useful. This is stuff that I always seem to need, but never seem to have on hand. We're off to a good start here. All is going well, except I have lost my general useful box. I don't know where I put it. Oh, it was blending in so well. I would say we are almost there. We just need feathers so that I can easily make book and quills, and then I need 2 lava buckets. My goodness, finding those feathers was an ordeal, but we have got them. The useful shulker box is now sorted. This is going to be handy. Now, nether exploration. First things first, a bunch of gold, then a bunch of these. Oh my goodness, I just broke something down here. Oh my goodness, I just broke something down here. Okay, that's going to be a future me problem. I've got a ton more fire resistance potions from the bartering farm, and then it's just going to be a case of a small amount of golden armor, and then we're sorted. Nicely done. Okay, I honestly don't entirely know what is going in the base bits box because the block palette of my base is so insanely varied. But I would say if I split it up into 3 different rows, we've got the 3 different colors. The kind of bricks, terracotta, granite, polished granite, and then we have all of the tufts and the deep slates, and then definitely copper. And I have mined absolutely tons of this stuff, so I should probably smelt up some of it. Here goes, first batch of copper going in. So I've been gathering all of these resources and bits and pieces, and I'm hoping all of our copper should now be smelted. Let's have a look. That is not bad. I'll wait for a little bit more of that to smelt. For the time being, though, I'm going to grab myself some chains. Gosh, this thing's so broken. It was entirely my fault. I fell down, knocked the minecarts about. Other items got picked up. It's a problem. Thankfully, this design is super simple, so it should be easy to fix, hopefully. And our base box is now all filled in. This, combined with our bulk base box, should give us enough resources to do small builds and fix up existing builds. Now it's time for the final box, the terraforming box. If I look around, okay, packed mud, coarse dirt, brown concrete, soul soil, soul sand. This is going to be a satisfying craft. Okay, I mean, it was less satisfying than I kind of expected it to be, but that is a simply gorgeous quantity of coarse dirt. You know, this terraforming box was actually the box I was most nervous for, but it turns out I had tons of resources just kicking about in various different areas of my base. And it's done. This thing's ready to go. And I still have 28 minutes left. I mean, look at this. I have managed to sort out everything into various different shulker boxes. I've got myself set up with a nether portal. I've got a little villager trading hall. I've got automatic transport of paper from my industrial district over to my villager. I am genuinely starting to realize that when I put a timer on myself, I'm actually efficient. Or maybe, hang on, maybe the fact that I've gradually been putting these items into my ender chest throughout the episode and then using them throughout the episode, I've gradually just gotten faster throughout the episode. 100% that's what's happened. Everything that I've built today took a third of the length of time that it normally does because I had access to all the stuff that I need. In the next season of Hermitcraft, please remind me to do this on like episode 4. In all seriousness though, I think the reason that I've managed to achieve so much in such a short amount of time with this one is because I had a very objective goal, which was to be more efficient. There's kind of nothing creative involved, and it's the creativity and the idea formulation and all of the design stuff that actually takes time. And that's cool, because that is the fun bit. Like, that's the reason that I'm playing the game, is to delve into that. Minecraft gives you the opportunity to do that. I thought that was a creeper. Minecraft is one of the few games that gives you the opportunity to do that with really no other constraints. There's no budgetary constraints. There's no space constraints. You can really let your creativity run wild and spend as much time as you want delving right into the details. That's the thing that I'm all about. That's the reason that I play the game, and speeding up that part of the process seems silly. This keeps catching me. Okay, I think I have worked out what components got removed from the system. So that's good. Oh, no, 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 no. Bad things are happening. Really bad things are happening. Gosh, I'm not gonna lie, this is a weird situation. I am not entirely sure what has occurred, but some of the placeholder items have come out. Some of the non-stackable items have come out. I broke things big time. That should do the trick. Okay. I think this side should be all working now. It is. I just needed one more placeholder item. Okay, I see what the issue is. Somehow, somewhere, I managed to knock this minecart around. One placeholder item got removed, which backed up the system. When I tried to fix it, I then knocked the minecart around again, and it messed up the sorters and things, but now everything should all be functional. So I just need to do the same thing on the other side, because of course, in my panic, I managed to mess up that one too, and that should now be all good. Yes. Yes. This is working as planned. Items are moving about through the water streams. They are making their way in the correct directions. We've got grass blocks going that way. I just recently saw some iron bars going that way. All is well. So now it's time for the last little bit of efficiency. I have 2 slots remaining in my ender chest, and I think I know what I need in them. These are items that I need quick access to at any given time, and I would say first one, arrows. An item that seems to persistently evade me. I genuinely have no arrows. Scar has arrows. Oh my goodness, I found some arrows. So those can go straight in my chest. Now I quickly need to fly over to the industrial district to pick up myself some more iron. This should do the trick. And I am going to craft myself more anvils than I will ever need in my life. That was less anvils than I was expecting. I picked up way more iron than that. How did that happen? It was meant to be a full stack of anvils. No, I've ruined my own moment. Am I going crazy here? Oh. Yeah, I need more iron ingots. Oh, this is such a fumbly end. This is such a fumbly end. I crafted 65! No! How did I go from 43 to 61, then 65? It's embarrassing. Anyway, I've got a full stack of anvils. I use anvils so often. I'm always renaming stuff. I'm always fixing things up. Having these on hand is going to be amazing. And with just 45 seconds left to go, I think it's time that this guy exists somewhere other than inside of my ender chest. Oh, what would be the best spot? I mean, okay, there's a hole there. Don't tell me I'm about to overrun. Oh my goodness, I've got 24 seconds. Right, I need to get a block. This will do. I've got 11 seconds. I've got 11 seconds. 9 seconds. Come on. Right. Where'd it go? Oh, it's over here. I keep getting scared that that's a creeper. No. What?